Hi, I'm Pav.
And I'm Neil.
And welcome to the Top 10 of Anything podcast.
Let's start the countdown.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Some of us strive for careers while some of us are happy with just the regular 9 to 5. But there are some of us that have jobs that many just would not do. Some jobs are too much to comprehend no matter how much or little they get paid. Here's our fact hunter Neil, who loves his job, with some worst job facts.
Thank you, Pav. So, groom of the stool, implemented during the reign of Henry VII and abolished in 1902 by Edward VII. The role required the groom to take the monarch to the toilet, check whatever is there, and then clean the royal body. It was considered one of the prestigious jobs.
You're fired.
Let me just say, these jobs no longer exist while I read them out. These are some of the worst jobs in history.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. We don't know.
Maybe. Well, that's true. So here we go. Whipping boy. Children that were educated with princes and princesses took the punishment of the royals because tutors weren't allowed to hit a prince or a monarch.
You're fired.
A tosher. Toshers made a living from trawling Victorian London sewers looking for anything valuable.
I like your attitude. You're hired.
What about a pure finder? In the 18th and 19th centuries, the tanneries used pure to dry book leather. Pure was dog poop, and the finders had to collect as much as possible.
Screw you! You're fired!
Is it weird that I don't think that one's that bad?
Yeah. Possibly. What about a wool fuller then? In the 14th century, sheep was the heart of the economy, and the wool fuller's job was to stamp on the wool in a vat to clean it. The liquid used was urine.
I like your attitude. You're hired.
And then we've got a sin eater. Would you be a sin eater? A sin eater was primarily a job in Wales around the 13th century. It involved eating a piece of bread that was on the chest of a dead person to take on the sins of the deceased.
Dick, you're fired!
And then we've got a plague bearer. In 1665, the plague caused 69,000 deaths in London alone. The government directive said the dead must only be collected at night. So the bearers collected the dead bodies and took them to the mass graves.
I like your attitude. You're hired.
And then quickly, we've got the lime burners. When you heat lime to 800 degrees, then place it in water, it produced a quick lime, which is often used in cement and mortar. When this happens, it becomes very caustic and very dangerous. So much so, lime burners would often lose limbs or even death.
You're hired.
And then we've got... and then we've got a petardia. The word petard is derived from the French péter, meaning to fart. Petards were often bell-shaped metal devices filled with gunpowder and fixed to a wooden base. The base was attached to the wall of a gate of a besieged castle, and the explosion focus caused maximum damage. Petardas often killed themselves while doing this job.
You're hired.
And then we've got a gong farmer, only permitted to work at night. Gong farmers, also called nightmen, were tasked with digging out and taking away all the human waste in cesspits. Paid per ton, they spent all night deep in holes up to their waists or neck in human excrement.
Screw you! You're fired!
That was the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Good night. Jesus Christ, how loud.
Why am I so hungry? I'm hungry now.
Oh, yes. A gong farmer. There you are.
Well, that was an epic load of facts there, Neil. Thank you. As you have already heard, our guest is with us, ladies and gentlemen. She is a comedian, actor, musician, writer, and now a top 10 countdowner, all the way from the US. Please welcome Bethany Dwyer. Yay! The crowd go wild. Hello, Bethany.
Yes, the biggest crowd I've ever performed in front of. Fantastic.
Feel good, yes.
Two gentlemen on Zoom.
Well, there you go.
Two rotund gentlemen, so we make up for 5 each. Yeah.
Yes.
Two petards.
Yeah, there you are. There
I'm going to use that for the rest of my life.
Do.
Well, there you go, then, Neil. Your job was done. Yeah, your job was done.
Thank you.
Now, this was your choice, Bethany, wasn't it, for a subject?
It was.
What was the reason for choosing something like this?
I feel like, well, first of all, jobs suck in general. Like, I'm very lucky. I absolutely love my job. I love all of it. Well, almost all of it. And I just think about those amazing people who are willing and able to go out and do the jobs that my imagination comes up with. And it's unfathomable to me to do these jobs. Now, obviously, there's heroic jobs also unfathomable to me, like fireman or policeman. Like, I don't have that institution. Like, there's no way, or constitution, I'm sorry. There's no way. I might be in an institution, which is also why I'm not qualified for that job. But I don't have the cojones to do that. But there are just so, and also, how many jobs are there? Like, look at that list that you just gave. I never thought of that. But of course, back in the day, it was even worse.
Yeah.
Even worse. And I don't know. I just thought, what a great topic. No one talks about it. I think about it often. Like, I was able to come up with my list. Like, I have extras. I was just like, just in case I have some extras. So, I mean, yeah.
Well, we'll have a look and see if we have any duplicates. It might be interesting to see if there are any. Doing my research, let me warn any listeners. I think we're going to go to some places that are going to be dark and maybe disgusting. So just warn you now.
And just so much fun. Indeed. Right.
So, Bethany,
yes.
Give us your number 10.
My number 10. Now, this is going to surprise most people because they're going to be like, that doesn't sound so bad. But to me, horrific. Because I did this list based on me, obviously. Right? I didn't like Google 10 worst. Okay.
I'm the same. Yeah.
Good. My number 10 is the mask collector on set. So now, because of everything going on, there's a poor guy who's got to walk around set and collect everyone's old masks and then do something. And I just thought, what a sad job. Like, somebody had to, like, he literally was like, I guess I can collect masks. Like, I can touch, I don't know. It's just, again, I know this isn't what other people think of, but I'm just like, man, we have a job that's just collecting, like, and of course, Hollywood, what does Hollywood do? Oh, we'll need a specific person for that. Like, that's all this person does.
Yeah.
And then hands you a new one. So, okay.
So in Variety, would they have put an advertisement for a mask collector, or would he have been doing something else before that?
I feel like he definitely wasn't doing anything before that. Okay, right. Let's get that really clear. And it's probably somebody's son who's at home playing video games, and they work on set and they're like, get his ass in here, get him doing something. Like, he can very well take somebody's mask off. And there you have. Yeah. I mean, to me, that's.
Oh, sorry. I was going to ask, is it the sort of job that somebody would think they're getting a step up in Hollywood? In this country, it's famous to be the tea boy, isn't it? The cup of tea boy they start as. Maybe it's that sort of leg up. Yeah.
It's a leg in for sure, or leg up. Yeah. It gets them in the door, and then they could be like, hey, I worked on this Brad Pitt movie. And then people are like, oh, what'd you do? And I was their assistant. I was everyone's assistant. Right. I mean, I'm sure it's a way to get in for sure. But
or there's somebody at home that just loves masks and going, I just can't wait for the next pandemic. Oh, right? I can get so much work.
Oh, I'm so excited to cover my face.
Yes.
Yeah. Or they just, I mean, what if any of the people wearing these masks have sneezed and things in them?
That's my point, Neil.
Yeah, exactly. So somebody might goo.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it's a lot of drool. There's probably moisture involved. Some snot. I've been around and seen some people do some wicked things in their masks, which I'm grateful for that it was in the mask. But like, I don't know. And then you got to just collect it, and then you got a group of them.
Oh,
and then what do you do with it?
Hopefully they're disposable, and not he has to take them off and wash them.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
What a great way to start. Go on then, Neil. You're number 10.
It's quite a simple job, but I've never ever had the ambition to do it, and it is basically a plumber. I don't know how people do it. Crawl under surfaces to fix sinks, toilets, and that sort of thing. It just always looks gunky, horrible, and stinky.
But what about all the sex you get, Neil?
Well,
for all the films I've seen, plumbers just seem to always be on the job.
Wow, that's
Literally.
there is
pipe.
that point.
Laying pipe, exactly.
There is that
Also,
point.
they're voyeurs. They love their ass crack showing as much as possible.
Somewhere
Like,
somewhere to keep your pen or something.
Yeah.
Rather than behind your ear in your ass crack.
Yeah, but you do get a great little van you get to drive around in. Right?
Hey, I've got a great little van that I drive around in all day. I'm still not plumbing.
But you still have your ass crack showing, Neil. That is one.
Oh, that's just through choice, not because of work. I wear chaps, buttless, chaps.
That's for his other job, the petard job.
That's it.
Yes.
I'm gonna use it this whole time, guys.
That's the word. That's the word for today.
It is. No, I don't blame you. But I admire plumbers. They do a great job. It's just something I really couldn't do. No.
I feel you. Like the hair component, not even the toilet part. The old hair stuff. I can't. I can't.
Yeah,
disgusting.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Okay, my number 10 is quite a general one, because I was going to pick a specific kind of this job, but I just went for animal inseminator.
That's a job you don't want?
It's definitely not. I mean, although inseminator sounds like an 80s like movie, doesn't it? Starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. Literally,
right.
Come with me if you want to live. Literally.
Yeah.
But the fact that, I feel like I shouldn't have to be paid to do that. That should be something out of joy that you do something like that.
Can I just make a point to you, Pav? You're not actually the one inseminating. You are using an instrument. You do realize that, don't you?
Oh, I got the wrong end.
His head's in the plumber.
There's no way I was going to reach an elephant like that. I was never going to get up there. That's for sure.
Would have been a big jump.
No, but just can you imagine that is your day? That all you do is see animals' bits, and you have to stick your hand up there.
I feel like what empowerment. Like I'm creating life. I'm making things happen. I'm sure the animal's enjoying it. I'm doing it as genteel as possible, right? I'm sending love, like I'm talking to it like, good girl, you're doing great.
Yeah.
Right? We're gonna make babies together. I don't know. I feel like that's pretty powerful in making life.
Then when you're with your partner, then isn't it like a busman's holiday? Don't you feel like you're just going through the motions again? You think, I do this all day at work.
Well, you have to understand I'm the girl, so I finally get to receive it. You know what I mean? Like I've been given it all day. It's about time it's my turn.
I was going to say, I'm looking at it from a male point of view. I'm being very, very selfish. Yeah.
And
you make
also,
a good point there, Bethany.
Also, if it's a cold day, Pav, you'd be able to warm your hands.
That is true.
Until you pull it back out, and then it's cold and wet.
Oh yeah, there is that. Also, do you remember Rebecca? Was it Luz, the woman famous for having an affair with Beckham? She was on a celebrity farm show on TV, right. And she jerked off a pig ready for the inseminator. Yeah, and she seemed to have fun.
And British DJ Simon Bates did the same thing as well.
No, we didn't mention that part. You said just the inseminating. So if we're also talking about the jerking off part, I'm in. I gotta come back and we have to do 10 best jobs, and that will be my number one.
Yeah, really? Because I'm
just sitting there like getting in there. Like,
Bethany, you're being very very kind with the way that you're doing that with both hands. Right? I mean,
well, because I figure it's like it's a horse. If I'm gonna do it, let's do it with a big animal. Yeah. I got a lion, tiger, and a bear.
There's
and
a
you
clip
can
there.
Then set up your OnlyFans page and you'll be well away.
Right. I'm just gonna I'm gonna be a GIF from now on. Yeah. It's just gonna be like, oh my God, what happened?
It's just gonna be you with your hands clasped together going.
Zero shake weight.
That's an NFT right there. That's an NFT. Oh my God, we'll make a fortune, Bethany. Okay, your number 9, please, Bethany.
My number 9 is podiatrist. I hate feet. I think I love my feet, but I absolutely despise anyone else's, even my fiance. I can't handle it. And
what is it? Other people I know have the same sort of, it's not a phobia, but is it a phobia?
I think it came from, I have a friend who told me like flat out, and it's a chick. She's like, I've never washed below my knees. Like, who says that? I've never washed below my knees. I stand in a shower, the water goes down. She thinks it's always clean.
Oh,
And
right.
I'm like, that is not fact. That is disgusting. You like in between things, like stuff happen. I mean, I've just seen pictures of things growing and the nails, and like, it's just too much. It's like a forest of human junk that grows.
She must have feet like a hobbit.
Who does?
Whoever doesn't wash their knee from their knees down, her feet.
I don't even want to look at it. I don't want to look at it. But like, if you're okay with saying that to people, then I have a problem with you.
Yeah.
Like, we can't be friends anymore.
Yeah,
like,
that's not something that you admit to anybody, even your closest friends, is it really?
Well, I like, Pav, that you said not admit, which means you probably still do it, but you're just not saying it. Because you're like, just don't admit it. You might think that way. But yeah, I think they're horrifying. I think that like the smells that occur, because like I used to coach teens. I used to coach teenagers. And let me tell you, you want to smell something that will knock your socks off? A teenage boy they don't even have to take their shoes off, but God forbid they do. It will clear a room. It's so thick. You could be in a 20 by 20 room and he takes them off and boom, that entire room is just stank. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. That is a good one. Go on then, Neil, you're number 9.
Well, that is my number 9 as well, but I had it as a chiropodist, as we call them in this country. It's feet. Oh. I'm exactly with you, Bethany. Feet are meant to be in socks or slippers and never seen. You know, personally, I think we should have stumps. I don't know people that have these foot fetishes.
So you're not a toe sucker or anything?
Oh, no, I can think nothing
getting
worse.
Romantic.
Some gangly toe coming towards your... Oh, no. Yeah,
it's funny. I don't mind when somebody else has a foot fetish. Like, you want to suck my toe, that's fine. Feels great.
Oh no, I couldn't even go that far, Bethany.
Yeah, no, I hear you, but I look at how hypocritical I am.
Yeah,
I'm like, you want to suck my toe? Let's go.
Do you know, I even have a problem with flip flops. Seeing flip flops, I'm like, for God's sake, put some trainers on, man. Especially in England, we're not basking in sun all the time. Get rid of those freaking flip flops and put trainers on. Oh no, I don't.
The only thing about flip flops I don't like is the fact they always look uncomfortable because that bit goes between your big toe and the next toe. They can't be comfortable.
You've never tried them on?
Oh my! No, because I literally do have hobbit feet.
Oh, God. Okay.
My feet are very sort of I say very hairy. That makes it sound like
on the bottom.
Sasquatch.
Yeah.
Basically, you have your beard on your big toe, right?
I do, basically.
That would be so dope. You can just draw a little picture of yourself on your big toe.
With a little pair of glasses and a cap.
Little glasses. Yes, that would be so awesome.
No, I might try that later on. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. Okay, my number 9. Now, I don't know, Bethany, do you have Marmite in America?
No, I don't know what that is.
It's.
Have you heard of Australian Vegemite?
Yes.
So it's very similar to Vegemite. It's
that.
the original, the OG.
So yeah, my number 9 is to be a Marmite tester because I absolutely detest the stuff. It is the devil's knob cheese. It is.
Oh, I'd love that.
Absolutely disgusting.
Oh, so you like it, Neil? You like?
I love it. I absolutely love the stuff. It's made of yeast. It sounds disgusting already, but it's a tangy.
What a selling point!
Sandwich spread.
It sounds like the stuff in between toes.
Exactly.
Oh, no, it's not.
Exactly, Bethany. That's exactly what it is. They scrape it from in between your toes and put it on toast. That's what
I don't know anybody. Disgusting. I don't know anybody that says about Marmite. It really is. You either love it or you hate it. There's no in between. I don't know anybody that goes, yes, all right, but everybody's like, or But yeah, I love it on my toast. Gorgeous.
Yeah. But try some, Bethany. Next time.
I'm sorry, Neil, did you just say on your toes? That's
on
what
my toast. Toast.
Oh, toast. Okay.
Possibly on my toes. Just to hide the ganky things.
Yeah. Then you'll actually put them in your mouth. You just got to put the Marmite stuff on a girl's toe, boy's toe. Doesn't matter. It's the Marmite, right?
Yeah.
Just imagine a Marmite covered toe with a loose toenail or something. Oh,
and Pav's beard.
And my beard with my little glasses.
Little glasses.
Oh,
next time we're together, Neil. Next time we're together, I will suit up my big toe with Marmite and a pair of little glasses.
I'm still not sucking your toes, pal.
Oh, so you don't like it that much?
No,
Okay.
see,
No, I love the Marmite. I'd eat it, but but not on toes.
Not on the
Okay.
toe.
no,
Okay.
on the
Or yeah,
Fair enough,
any
okay.
footage.
Okay, footage. That's a good name.
Yeah.
There it
Right
is.
then, Bethany, your number 8, please.
My number 8 is gonna seem weird again, but I wrote down the amusement park ride operator for the like real spinny ones.
Okay.
Yeah, for 2 reasons. One, obvious reasons, we get dizzy. I just imagine how many people toss cookies on that, and vomit in me are a no-go. Like I can't, I'm terrified of vomiting. I've only vomited once in my life and I was like 7 years old. And other than that, I can't. And if somebody else does it, it's beyond me, right? And I just feel like it's cleanup constantly, and then it's spinning around, so it pretty much hits everything. You know what I mean? And then it could potentially fling off onto you. And then, at least in America, all amusement park operators have a look to them. And I don't want to end up looking like that.
Okay.
Yeah. And I don't know
Describe-
how long you have to have that job before you do.
Describe the look, Bethany.
The
Describe
look is, yeah, Neil, do it. The look is a real thin, weird hairline. And what I mean by that is that it's like strands of hair in lines, okay?
Yeah.
And then they're often, because of the wind, stuck from sweat, but then in another area will waft real nice. Okay. And then there's usually some sort of teeth malfunction where many are lost. Some are broken, and all the rest are a color that should not be in your mouth.
Marmite color.
A Marmite color. Yeah. And then it feels like their hair is always growing on their face, but very patchy. Very patchy. And then quite thin, as if this job doesn't pay enough and I'm always hungry.
Right.
That's the look that I don't want to end up looking like.
They're scooping up the vomit for their pot noodle.
It might be the acid of vomit that makes their hair
Yeah.
and all of this look like that. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that you're safe in the fact that you won't end up looking like that. I don't know why. I don't know why I feel like that, but I'm pretty sure that you won't. But the one thing I need to just roll back on, you've only been sick once in your life.
Once.
How has that happened that you've only been sick once in your life?
I think, well, I mean, I've been sick, but I don't get the
As in
stomach
thrown up?
bug. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Because when
Wow.
I'm sick, if I feel nauseous, this is my whole day is how do I not throw up? I will sit on, I'll be like, this ain't doing, I'm not doing it. This is going to stay down.
You talk it down.
Like, oh, I talk it away. It's gone. I inhale newspaper. I take ginger. I mean, it's really rare. Like I've never had that thing where I'm like, well, like I can't.
Oh,
it's terrifying
really?
me.
So you've
There's
never
some-
drunk enough that you end up being sick?
Oh, okay. So this is funny. So I guess officially then I've thrown up twice, but I only recall once. And that was when I was 7. The other time I got so blackout drunk that I apparently threw up everywhere. I lost a friend. I ruined her home. But I have no recollection of it. I woke up feeling great, had no idea. So that's why that one doesn't count.
Right.
That's what I was going to say. After a good vomit, it quite often makes you feel so much better.
Huh.
It really does.
Yeah.
It's
I
like
just
a
rather
cleanse.
feel better from the beginning.
Yeah.
It's an oral enema. Blah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's making me a little nauseous right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Moving swiftly on.
Wait, let's see if we
Chunks.
can make Bethany's.
Yeah, you just see
Puke
me
for
the whole
the
rest of the
third time.
podcast. I'm just like this the rest of the podcast. Keep it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we see her sniffing paper, we know what's happening. She's close. She's
Eating
close.
ginger.
Go on then, Neil. You're number 8, please.
Well, I'm going to have to put a bit of context to this for Bethany. In the UK, we've got something called the Severn Bridge, which is a huge bridge going over a huge river to join Wales to England. Now, there's a job that a guy gets up. Well, I say a guy. There's a few guys. They start at one end of the bridge and paint it, the outside. Once they get to the other end, they come all the way back. Now, it's really high. It's always windy, but that is their job. And I thought, sod that for a game of soldiers. I could never do that. Never do that. That's not up my street at all.
Is it the same people that do it all the time? They're not
I would assume
they
so.
constantly doing it?
Yeah, apparently they go across one side, back the other, and they're basically going round the bridge, as it were, and they paint the whole bridge. That is their job. Oh,
What, does it take like a year to do the whole thing or something?
I didn't research that much how long it takes, but yeah,
it's just interesting that they would continually do it. Like, what a nice bridge.
I mean, it's a huge bridge. It's very, very long. I mean, it's no, Golden Gate Bridge, but it's very, very. It's famous. It's a suspension bridge.
Well, in America, it would never get painted, and then it would just start crumbling. And the person's job would just be to pick up the debris before the bridge fails. That's in America. So I like that there's at least painting happening in yours.
But you're up a long way. It's a very high bridge.
Yeah, but imagine if somebody scraped off all the paint. It could perhaps be the only thing keeping that bridge together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the paint's like this thick all the way around it.
There's 2,000 coats of paint on there. It's the only thing holding it. Nice. Okay, my number 8 is a portaloo cleaner after a large music event. Now, I've not been to many large music events. I've been to some small music events, and the portaloos in them are never nice to go into. So to have to go in and clean, I mean, it's not just going to be excrement and piss.
It's everything, pal. It's everything.
You've done it more than I have, Neil.
Yeah,
I mean,
I've done the Glastonbury. I've done the big download festivals. Yeah, the portaloos, you want to go first thing in the morning if you have to use them. And then it's basically, if you need to wee, find a bush. It's so much easier and a lot cleaner.
I love how you can control your body's choices. You're just like, go early in the morning, and then at 4 a.m. when you go home, then relieve yourself. It's like,
oh no, you relieve yourself, but not in the portaloos.
Right. So you're speaking again as a man. That would be quite difficult in front of thousands of people. Excuse me, I'm just going to go pop a squat real quick.
You see a lot of it. You see a lot of it, especially at Glastonbury and places like, well, saying that, I mean, it's a long time since I've been to Glastonbury. It's probably a lot better than it was. I mean, the poop stations were basically like a wooden hole straight into the ground when I went.
Then to me, it sounds like I'd rather not be the guy who has to cut the grass after.
Yeah. Which I think is better than a portaloo, because they're just filling it in, aren't they? When they've finished, you filled it in, whereas now it's all collecting everywhere. It's usually a few inches thick of fecal stuff.
Nice.
In a portaloo.
But we do have a friend that said that they went to a festival and needed to relieve themselves while the band was playing, and was wearing a long flowing dress and just crouched down and did it while everybody was dancing.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the way of getting around it.
I mean, when we were leaving AC/DC, the guy literally got it out and peed in a pint mug while everybody was walking past him out, and everybody was like, no decorum.
Well, there you go.
Well, I hope he didn't put that cup down, because there's some other drunk guy going, I can't afford another beer.
Yeah.
Oh my God, lucky day.
Yeah, free beer.
But you see a lot of bottles being used at these big festivals. You really do.
Yeah, I can imagine. Bethany, your number 7, please.
Number 7 is a crime scene cleaner.
That's what my number 7 is.
No,
that is my number 7. Yes.
Yes, because when we die, every orifice releases everything. Not to mention, then now we have blood on top of it. What if it's days later? It's always a mess. Like you might have to clean a ceiling, which is exhausting. It's a lot. And then my mind is, I'd think that I'd go in and solve the crime first. So I would come in and be like, whoa, we're not cleaning, which would take triple the amount of time to actually clean a crime scene. I would become detective and want to figure stuff out amongst all the disgusting human debris.
I wrote a screenplay years ago when I dabbled about a crime scene cleaner that was doing the murders to get himself more business.
What a great idea. I think like that with Uber. It's like I would just call myself when I have to run an errand. And then get paid for it.
Yeah.
Same idea.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah. I was looking at some of the. I know you should never do this on Google and that, but looks like looking at photographs and my one worry would be that you would go to a crime scene. It'd be somebody that you knew. Would be something that, because some of the pictures I saw on the Google images were obviously not nice, but I don't mind watching movies that have got gore in, but I think when you see real stuff,
Yeah, I can't do it.
I don't think I could stomach it as a job. I know you would choose it as your job. I don't think it's the sort of job you would just fall into, is it? I don't think.
Yeah, I think you're like, I'm really good at cleaning.
Yes.
Like, I can nail this job.
Yeah.
And I don't care about people. Great.
Yeah. Well, then there you go. That's what you would need. You'd be perfect.
Right.
Perfect.
You need to be a sociopath, a psychopath, and be great at cleaning. So there you go. Yeah. OCD cleaner.
And also, Neil, in 6 months' time, when we check Bethany's IMDb, we find out that there's a screenplay being in development in Hollywood, crime scene cleaner. There you go.
Right.
There you go.
Also, Uber driver. It's like you don't know what to call it.
Yeah, the two together.
Yeah, of course.
An Uber cleaner.
Uber cleaner. It writes itself. Oh, lovely. Go on then, Neil, you're number 7.
So basically, a submarine crewman. I really, really admire what they do, but that's not for me spending 4 or 5 months under the ocean, because I'm a big believer that humans aren't really supposed to be in the ocean. They're really not. There's too many creatures and things that poke and prod, and being in a massive nuclear like cylinder floating around at the bottom, no, fuck that for a game of soldiers. You're all on top of each other. I would be that idiot that would probably give myself concussion within the first day by walking into something. I'd probably do something wrong with the nuclear thing. No, not
something wrong with the nuclear thing.
Yeah, probably press the wrong button, and suddenly we've got an almighty red warning going, and it'd be like, who pressed that? It'd be me.
Just the claustrophobia would be enough.
Yeah, that as well.
Yeah, I'd be the one who's like, yeah, let's do this. I'm going down. And then once we got down, I'd be like, take me up. And then I would open the lid. We'd all die. And I would think I could swim. I mean, it would be horrific. I get so like, oh, I'm trapped. I can't feel trapped.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in a submarine crew. And when you see, I watched a YouTube video researching it, and you see their bedrooms. There's literally like, they literally only have like inches above their head for the next bed. Oh, no.
Fuck that. Yeah. Yeah, we're not going to do that. No, we're not doing that.
No, we like the comforts of our own home.
Yeah.
Indeed.
We like to be coddled. I need a cup of tea.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Forget it.
Have the odd toe sucking. That's what we want.
Right? Marymount
Fist up an animal. That's what we need, just to be nice and calm.
Yeah.
Okay, so my number 7 was the same as Bethany's, murder crime scene cleaner. So your number 6, please, Bethany.
Yeah. My number 6 is anything to do with a sewer. Anything, which kind of goes along the submarine lines, because you have to be in this like pipe under the ground, and I don't know what they do with it. Like, I don't know how they clean it. I'm sure there's somebody's job though to walk through it, and and just knowing that the feces melts and it becomes like this chocolate soup of not goodness, and just I just can't imagine you going home and being able to wash it off.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like your family's like, oh, it's Thanksgiving. Are we really going to ask Uncle George to come? Is it like, can we zoom him in? Because, right? Like, how do you wipe? And it's in your nose. I feel like it's poop particles you're inhaling. It's
under your fingernails. That's actually my number 3. That's my number 3.
Yeah. And it's always wet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's having to deal. I put on my little notes here, I put fat balls and shit.
Yeah, the fatbergs.
Yeah.
They're real
which
big.
was my nickname in college. Actually.
Oh, interesting. Oh, then your toe could be Lilberg.
Yeah.
There you go.
Christaberg.
Yeah.
Christaberg,
yeah. I've seen some videos of these, and I don't understand. I mean, it would get everywhere, and I don't think you could scrub yourself from now till Kingdom Come, and you're never going to get clean.
Well, and then imagine putting on the outfit the next day, right? Like, because you're not going to take that thing that they wear and bring it home with you, but then you still got to get back in it, and it's just like, oh, I can't.
Matey boy from the set will be there with his load of masks. He'll be ready to come and collect the suit as well. That's his second job.
Right,
Maybe
right.
that's what he does as moonlighting, just as
Maybe.
you never know. Go on then, Neil. You're number 6, please.
So I don't do very well with spiders, not at all. They're just unnatural, and we could live without them. Really, I know they're supposed to eat flies and everything, but they're not good. So I really couldn't work in the insect house at a zoo. I'd have no interest. I wouldn't be able to clean the cages. I wouldn't be able to clean even the glass. I tend to avoid the insect houses at zoos. Although I took my son a few years ago to the London Zoo, and there was a new exhibit. And we went in and we were walking around, and it said, through this way to see the orbs. I had no idea what an orb was. Turned out it was an orb spider. You walked in, there was a tree in the middle, and all the spiders were loose, and you were out with them. I've never vacated a room so quickly. So, yeah, I can't do spiders. Yeah.
That's so cool.
You like spiders?
Oh my God. I just like insects. I think they're beautiful and amazing. And if you can look at them, oh my God, look at them up close. They're just, most of them are iridescent, and they are so cute. And I don't know. I'm the one who's like, I follow all the hashtags like insects, bugs today, spiders, everything. Except roaches, because I'm allergic to them.
Right. I don't mind beetles and locusts or whatever, and grasshoppers and things like that. It's primarily spiders. And I know where my fear of spiders has come from, and I blame my dad wholeheartedly. And I still tell him to this day, is because when I was little, he used to come home from work and he'd say, got a sweet. Do you want a sweet? And I'd hold my hand out, and he'd put a fucking great big spider in my hand. I'd scream and run away. And I think he scarred me for life.
But I'm going to guess you still eat sweets.
Yes, but not as much as I did.
That's called selective fear. That's selective fear, right?
Yeah, but
you
now
chose to be afraid of the spider, but not the sweet. Because to me, I would feel like when anyone said sweet, then I would lose my mind. Oh, I don't want a sweet.
No, yeah, I suppose I could. No, I was lucky. I didn't get that side effect.
Good.
I'll try that next time I see you as well, Neil. Then.
Yeah.
I'll just hold my hand closed and say, on a sweet. No, because I wouldn't pick a spider up. No,
exactly.
I hate the fuckers as well. They're horrible. Yeah. Bethany, they can kill you. Insects can kill you. They're tiny little fucking things that can kill you.
So can one drop of water.
Jesus.
One drop of water
really?
can kill you.
How?
Yes. It's the way at the angle at which it comes in. It could totally kill you. I mean, if we're going to talk about it, like anything could kill you. A car, like eating a turkey that your aunt makes who's terrible at it.
That. But cars don't tend to crawl up behind you and scuttle. That's the thing. It's the spider's scuttle.
What's the chances that you're going to come across one that could kill you? You know what I mean? Like,
well, in an insect house, they're probably all there.
Or I'm sure that the zoo wouldn't be like, oh, come on into this tree, but make sure nothing jumps on you because these kill. Yeah. Like, you know, that'd be a real bad tour guide.
But I'll tell you what, Bethany, I would take that scenario more than a drop of water getting in my eye and killing me.
Not your eye, your throat.
Oh, my throat. Sorry.
Yeah, it's got to come in at a certain thing, and you can die from it. That's what I read.
That image there is another NFT that we can sell as well. Just
yeah. Right, and then it's just this after.
That yes, exactly.
Yeah,
it's a twofer. It's a twofer.
Yeah.
Right, my number 6. Now this goes a little bit with what my first one was. Only for humans, a proctologist.
Well, that's my number 2.
Oh goodness me!
No, surprisingly at number 2.
I mean,
yeah, that one's not even on my list. I
wow.
Why.
Oh dear. I have never looked at my own asshole, and I never want to. So I would never.
Oh my God, you have to look at your own asshole.
I never want to, and I would, which means I would never want to see anybody else's.
My mind is blown right now.
Really?
You have your own asshole and you haven't looked at it? Oh my God.
Why would you want to?
Because I want to know everything about me. I was like, this is what I look, because you got to understand as a woman, like I know it's being seen. Okay. So it's like, what are they seeing?
Right.
You know, I don't have a forestry of a beard around it. It's just there. I
Have
need
you
to know
seen my
what I
asshole?
No, but most men have a forest,
Oh,
their
right.
crack is emphasized by the bush
Yeah.
that comes out of it. But I mean, I think it's every part of the human body to me, I absolutely love it. And especially if it's mine, except for feet on other people.
Yeah.
But if you have an asshole and you want me to look at it, I'm going to look. I'm going to look. Yes.
There you go. She's a budding proctologist there.
No,
But is
no,
it
no.
something-
I don't always want to go inside it. Sometimes
That's the
maybe.
thing.
But
Is it a one-time thing though, Bethany? Especially for yourself
Yeah, I don't
to
need
look
to
at.
keep seeing it.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, of my own?
Yeah.
Well,
Do
no, I'd
you-
like to see the evolution of it. Yeah, every year at least.
I need to know, how do you look at it? Is it you squat and open?
Oh, yeah, you put a mirror down, put a mirror on the floor, Neil. I'll give you, I know you're going to do it after this.
Yeah, I'm gonna
put
have
a
a
mirror
look.
down, do a nice squat, right? Like a yoga squat. And then it naturally opens the cheeks up. And then if you really want to go, you just do another NFT. And then you relax. You just don't throw up. Don't let it come up. It's that talk, but with your asshole. And it just does a nice relax. And then you check it out.
Okay.
Right.
You could set the timer on your camera phone, couldn't you? Do it maybe.
Oh, I have done that as well. Yeah. And then because then you can really zoom in.
Wow.
This is another.
Have you had a prostate examination or anything?
No, I haven't, and I should do.
You should.
Because I'm at that
my
age.
health check. I have to say, it's not comfortable.
I thought you were going to say, I loved it.
Yes.
I loved it.
back
I'm
next
going
week for
every
another one.
year.
He said to me, when you bent over, this might just feel a bit sort of pressure. You'll feel pressure. Pressure? It fucking hurts. It wasn't just pressure.
Well, you're not
And
selling it to me, Neil. I mean, I must admit.
but you need to go and get it done. For obvious health reasons. But
Let me tell you this. It may change your perspective as a man on your own anus. Okay. You guys have all your nerve endings on the inside of it, like like this far in, right?
Yeah.
So women only have nerve endings on the outside. So like if you're like, oh, let's do it in the butt, and you're like, it's going to feel great. For a woman, it's like, okay, whatever. Sometimes it's great because it will hit, the G spot for the girl. But you guys and your prostate is your G spot. So when you guys are penetrated anally, it actually increases your orgasm.
I have heard this.
Yes. So if you just sat back, Neil, and enjoyed it, went along for that doctor ride.
Maybe I was too tense.
You were too tense. Yeah. Yeah. You gotta relax into it.
And who says this podcast isn't educational? Hey, I mean, I've learned something there. A woman has a G spot. What's that? No,
so next time you're self-pleasuring, Pav, stick a finger up and let me know how it goes.
Yes.
What? Oh, me.
Jaxie,
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
Okay, I will. I'll tweet it. I'll
do
TikTok
a
it,
live,
and
a Facebook live.
do a
or something.
Facebook
Yes.
Can you imagine? Oh dear. Anyway, that's
Let me know, please. Let me know if you do.
You'll be the first to know,
we'll tag
Bethany.
you
Don't
in it.
worry.
We'll tag
I'm
you
gonna be
in
this close.
Believe me, with my ass, you won't need to be. Okay, you're number 5 then, please, Bethany.
Number 5 is a hoarder cleanup, like a guy who has to clean up hoarding houses. Yeah, because then it's a lot worse than other stuff, because I feel like there's a like the strat layers in rocks. Like I feel like that's what it is in a hoarder's house. Like it's layers of garbage throughout the years, which incrementally to me get worse. I mean, there could be dead carcasses, there could be living things we've never seen actually breed together because they can't find the wild. Like we don't know what's going to happen there. And then just garbage and the smell. And like, do you know how many skin cells and like stuff that comes off your body that if you're not cleaning your house, it's just, I can't.
Yeah. Imagine if a sewer worker lived there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you'd be bringing stuff home from work, because that's what they end up doing, isn't it?
Oh.
Yeah. It would just, I mean, I can't. It's, and the kitchen. When I watch, have you ever watched Hoarders, that show?
I have. Well, we've got the British version.
Version.
Yeah. Right. Of course. And then I don't know, then maybe in your guys, that Miramite or whatever, maybe doesn't smell so bad. But in
Oh, no,
America, when they open up that refrigerator and you watch all their faces, like that smell to me in the face, just their expression supersedes all poop particles, all feet smell, all vomit. Like it's a face like I've never seen.
Yeah.
And that's terrifying.
Yeah, I think that's
yeah. Well, just a quick story. I've actually been in a hoarder's house. In my previous job, I was a food delivery man, you know, supermarket food to people. And there was an older lady that asked me to bring it through. I went into the front door and I literally said, bring it through to where? Because I couldn't find a path to get through. It was that bad. And you said about the smell, honestly, I'd rather sit next to the manure farm than go back in that house. It was horrific. So much so when she ordered again, I refused to take it in the house. I couldn't get through. It was horrific. I thought I just couldn't even work out where she was sitting.
I'm surprised you were let in the house because usually they're quite ashamed of the house.
Yeah,
like they don't want
she just
to.
said, bring it through. And I was climbing over whatever I was climbing over. I was not a happy camper. I didn't realize it was going to be that. So yeah, I have experienced a hoarder. But like I said, there was, you know, all the doors there was so much junk. All the doors were wide open. So you could see every room and they were just full. Black bin bags and newspapers that went back probably decades and decades. And I thought, where is she sitting and where is she sleeping? She must just sleep on the top of things.
Just anywhere.
Yeah.
What if it was just the garbage and it was like, hey, Neil, thanks for the food. And like the house is just like, it just takes your fucking bag. That'd be so dope.
It would have been. Yeah, that would have been more entertaining rather than just a stinky old lady that, bless her. Bless her.
Go on then, Neil, you're number 5.
So this is another British-centric one, so I'm going to have to a bit of context again. They basically sell soaps, bath bombs, and all sorts of smelly things. Now, every time I'm in town and I walk past this shop, it literally does make me feel physically sick. It is too strong and overpowering. And I thought,
what's the name of the shop again, Neil?
Lush.
Lush, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, Lush. So, you know, no disrespect to whatever they sell in that, but the smell, it's just, I can't get rid of it all day once I walk past it. It's horrible. And it really does make me feel nauseous.
It's pungent.
It is so strong.
I have one similar, but it was in my alts, like, because I had too many. But I said a perfume count, like the perfume center.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't imagine staying in that space for hours. All the chemicals, you're just dying. It's just like killing your brains, basically. Well, one brain. Yeah.
I agree. That's a good one. My number 5. Excuse me. My number 5 is any job where you have to be happy. I hate those any kind of maybe customer service jobs, anything where if you're having a shit day, you have to somehow get over that and portray happiness. Any kind of conversation with the general public where you just have to be nice to people. It would just be so depressing. I've had jobs like that where you've maybe been out the night before and you feel shit and you just don't really want to be nice to anybody. But it's a wide ranging subject of jobs. I'm sure it is that there are so many customer service jobs where mind you.
So basically a greeter.
Yeah, agree. Or anybody that just has to deal with the general public, but you have to be, even if they're being shit to you, you have to be nice. It's part of the job description.
Customer service.
Anything to do with customer service.
Well, I'll put that as my number 3 then, because I put a retail supermarket worker, which I've done and I did for 10 years.
That kind of thing, yeah.
Yeah, I'll put the same. I think supermarket and shop workers are treated worse now than ever before. It's appalling the way they're being treated on minimum wage. They're expected to do so much for that minimum wage by these big corporates that, you know, and the customers really are wankers. They really do take it out on the poor woman, man, whoever on the checkout or stacking a shelf. And it's vile the way people treat people in shops.
Yeah, but it is weird how when you're the other side, how quickly you react and you be that wanker.
Yeah, I don't think I ever will be again. Not after
I'm I've never acted out on somebody. I mean, maybe because I work so many jobs that I just, the fact that you're out there and you're doing something, to me, I already am grateful for you. And it's, anyone who's worked service, there's especially people who don't tip as well. Like, I don't think in the UK you guys do that as often. Like,
they quite often add it to the bill anyway, a service charge in this country, so you don't really need to.
Yeah, like in America, they don't. You make half the amount of anyone else, so you're living off tips. And so when someone comes in, and usually the ones who are the worst tip the least, and they're the most, hungry with your attention. It's interesting. And I often say to those people, like, they've never had to work. They don't know what it means, or what an honest day's pay means at all, or the labor that it takes, and the mindset that it takes, right? To go from one person who doesn't tip you and is an asshole, and then be able to put that smile on and not take it out at the next person. It's a definite human quality that I think should be treated better.
Yeah,
for sure.
No, completely agree.
Completely agree. Right, that was my number 5. So Bethany, your number 4, please.
My number 4 is the roadkill pickup guy or girl. Yeah. I have a real soft spot for animals, and I couldn't imagine that my job was to drive around and look for animals that have been hurt like that. And then I'd want to have a funeral for each one of them. I'd get too curious and want to know their life, and like where mama raccoon is and dad raccoon. Like, it would just be a whole day of me every day depressed, going home, cutting myself. Like, I couldn't do it. It's just so sad.
Do you have a lot of roadkill around your way, Bethany?
I think because I'm in LA. So, and people are awful. So like, everyone adopts animals, and then they no longer want to take care of them. So they let them loose. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot of, squirrels, rabbits, dogs, cats on the highway. It's like a lot. Because to me, one is too much.
Yeah.
So if I see it up there, then I'm driving, like, I don't look. Birds, like the windmill things that everyone thinks like, oh, it's helping the climate, right? Because we're not using any type of resource. Do you know what I'm talking about? How we have these,
like the wind turbine things. Yeah.
The wind turbine thing. Guys, if you haven't gone up to those and looked at them, do it. Because every wind turbine thing, you look down and there's 100 dead birds. And no one talks about it. And these things are killing our birds left and right. And it's like, I mean, oh my God, it made me so sad. I was like, why am I here? I'm like, get me out of here. And then I would never encourage that. Like, you're talking about the environment, but then you're going to put something up that's killing a species, a whole species out. So it's crazy. But yeah, I can't see dead animals. Like, it makes me so sad.
So those roadkill guys, if they come across, say, a deer that's not quite dead, are they supposed to finish the deer off? Is that part of their job? See, then, that would be horrible.
Yeah, they got to finish it off. I mean, some of them are diseased, right? And then you have like a whole pickup truck of like, you don't know what you got back there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
When you say finish them off, are we going back to this animal?
No. I mean... NFT. No, I meant finish them off in the killing sense.
Oh, right. Okay. Just checking.
Yeah, not as fun.
Not as fun. No. Go on then, Neil. Your number 4, please.
So this is a real job. It's a dog food tester. There's somebody out there that tests dog food. I can imagine the dry dog food being fine, but that wet, moist, chunky dog food.
Totally disagree. That looks delicious. The chunky dog food looks delicious.
No, I'm not with you on that. The smell.
I mean, I feel like there's worse things you could eat.
Possibly, probably. Feet. But every time I feed my dogs, I think to myself, how the hell is somebody tasting this? When you've got like herring and lamb kidney or whatever bloody dog food, and you're thinking, scoffing it away, are you? That looks delicious to you, Pap.
Herring and lamb kidney. What?
Yeah.
I mean, they do make it look like meat with gravy on it. Let's be honest. Like aesthetically, it looks
that one
equivalent. Yeah.
The one that comes out like a big solid globule, like a
jelly. And
but the one that it looks like it's got carrots in there.
Well, there may be,
big,
but you still have to taste the jelly one, Pav, don't you?
No,
you can't be selective. Neil. Well, no, but if you have that job,
I see. That's true. That's true.
Don't they have little doggy testers? Like, isn't there just a human being who's standing there and going, "Here, dog"?
Apparently, to do with the health and safety or whatever, it has to be tasted by a human. It's a real job. Google it. There are people around.
I believe you. I believe you. Jeez, Neil, don't get so like.
Jesus,
I'm glad I'm across the water. Okay.
Don't talk to our guests like that. Google it.
Google it.
Don't be like that to Beth.
There was no
He's just typing on his computer and sends me a link.
There was no intent in there. Sorry.
I know.
Sorry.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, bless you.
It's fun.
These fucking gruff English people.
Right? These wankers.
I love it. Hey.
Yes. Okay, my number 4 is a porn cinema cleaner. So as when the job's done, in more ways than one, when the final curtain has come together, oh god, it's full of innuendos. Just the mess must be terrible. I mean, I've never been in a porn cinema. Let me just say, I've never been in a porn cinema.
Have you ever been in a porn cinema, Bethany?
No, I haven't. If there is still one, I would go. I would check it out. I mean, I'm a curious cat. Like, let's
LA
do it. Just
must
like the
have
asshole.
a porn cinema. LA must have a porn cinema.
I'm sure it's probably underground. It's probably not under. You can't Google it. It's something somebody's got to tell you about.
You don't want to be Googling porn cinema, do you?
Right?
Believe me, I was trying to look for pictures for porn cinema cleaner, and the pictures that were coming up was nothing to do with a porn cinema. It was all either porn or a cleaner or a porn cleaner.
Yeah, because I don't understand why we'd want to go to a cinema anymore when we can just watch it on any device that we have in the comforts of our own home. Also, when you said porn cinema, I just thought you meant like on set of a porn. Because I was like, nah, most of the time they landed on the chick or in her mouth. So there's really not that much cleanup. But no. I know what you're talking about, like a movie theater.
A movie theater that specifically shows porn.
So, honestly, I don't think they have that anymore.
Well, I went to one 25 years ago in Amsterdam because we were told, go and check it out. You won't believe it. And quite
right, Pav. Someone told him to go.
No, we did. We went as a group.
Bethany.
There was men and women. We all went. We experienced everything in Amsterdam.
So what were the things going on in the seats while people were watching?
Right. Let me just put it this way. You went in, it was like a normal cinema. It was like a normal cinema. They were selling.
Look what he's doing. He just went like this.
I'm feeling I'm missing out. I should be doing it as well.
It's like raving, isn't
it?
Yeah. So you went in and the foyer was like a normal cinema and they were selling popcorn, sweets, but everything on.
You went in and you said, "Oh, let me have a sweet," and they gave you a spider.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, exactly. And then we went in and we sat down, and it was very much like a normal cinema. And I left about 10 minutes after because there was a bloke right at the very front, and literally all you could see was his shoulders doing that. And I thought after 10 minutes, no, I've got to go. It's not for me. So
he went for 10 minutes.
Well, apparently the lads that stayed, because I left, I thought I can't do this. I'm going to the coffee shop. The lads that stayed said he stayed there doing that the whole time they were in there.
Maybe he was laughing.
Oh yeah, I don't.
Maybe
I don't think so.
No?
I don't think so.
Maybe he was a plumber and he was just working out his.
He could have been, or adjusting the seat, wasn't it? Trying to get the right height.
Yeah,
maybe.
Damn.
Well, there you go, Neil.
There you go.
You've
You've got to experience most things once. Most things.
Or we can just live through you, Neil. You can do all the experiencing and you can just tell us about it.
For it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay. Bethany, your number 3, please.
My number 3 is the scientist guy who gets all the colon cancer poop bags to find, I don't know if you guys have this, but we have a ton of commercials where it's like, send us your shit and we'll tell you if you got colon cancer, right?
Wow.
So there's
no.
okay.
there's
No,
a
we don't,
place.
but-
Oh, okay. So there's a place where you poop in a bag or a little thing they send you and you send it off. But the person who ends up getting all of this shit, see, it's really different than a cleaner of shit, because then you could have products that smell good, right? This guy, he can't do anything but deal with that shit. And, you know, he's right there and he's probably got to smear it on a slide and like look at it and stuff. And it's just like, and then on top of that, he's got to call you and be like, bitch, you got cancer. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the worst job ever. So like, you got to deal with the shit. You can't hide the smell. And then you got to make a call like that could change their lives.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. That is
Yeah.
terrible. That
The
is
poop goods in, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
How
the
do people get it in?
multi-level-
It's a little bag. How do people get it in the little bag?
You know, I haven't done one yet. I don't know. But
So you
there's got to
squat, you open your legs and use a couple of fingers
Right.
straight into the bag.
right on a mirror.
Yeah.
On a mirror.
And then
Yeah.
you just stick the slide in and you send it in the mail. Yeah.
Oh, you're one step closer to that glass table that way.
I've
Yeah.
not heard of that one before. That one would have been my number one, I think. I have to admit.
Oh, you're welcome.
That's okay. That's very good. I'll Google
Yeah.
it.
Good.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
I want to see this because we made Pav watch two girls, one cup
Yeah,
Oh.
years ago on the
That's,
radio.
that's what we call a classic.
that
Yeah.
was terrible. I'd never seen it before, and I was nearly sick. I nearly threw up that night when we was
The
If
reaction
you
was funny.
if you
Radio
didn't
show.
or did like that, you should also look up cake fart.
What's it called?
Oh my God, I'm blowing your minds right now. This is so exciting.
No, I don't want to
Cake
know.
Fart.
Cake fart.
Cake.
Yes,
farts.
basically cake petard.
Oh,
Yeah.
Look it up. But
I
cake
can't.
fart, yeah, it's a girl who just farts into cake. It's
Oh,
so
right,
dope.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna be sick.
Yeah,
That was funny. But we
Yeah.
did it on the radio for Pav. We made him live on air watch.
I haven't
Two
got a
girls,
newspaper
one
in here
cup.
that I can sniff. What's
Right?
the best way?
Just talk
Oscar
it down.
winning movie.
Talk it
Oscar
down.
winning movie.
Stay down. Stay down.
Stay down. You're not coming up today.
You know,
Mm-mm.
definitely not. Okay, Neil, your number 3 was the retail worker
It was.
being happy. My number 3 was the sewer worker with fat balls and shit. So we're back to you, Bethany, with your number 2.
Ah, my number 2 is the guy who's got to make all the baby coffins.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's
Talk
terrible.
about a horrible day every day.
Oh my God, yes. Oh,
right?
my God,
He just
yeah.
sits there making baby. How big was this one? Like 2 feet big? Okay. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's just,
I
look at
didn't
you guys
think
can't
of
even
that.
make fun of it.
That's
did.
shocking. That
No, no, it is.
it's got to be
just-
done. That's the thing,
I'm
though,
just-
isn't it?
I'm just thinking about that job.
Yeah.
I mean,
And then
they-
it's like, what do you do with that every day? It's like, honey, how was your day? Oh, I had to make 10 baby coffins today. What do you think it is?
or maybe they get over it by pretending they're doing it for dolls. Yeah, I've made a doll coffin.
Right, right. Whatever
Maybe.
they need to tell them.
Yeah.
Maybe just to get through the day.
Yeah.
But it is a shit job, isn't it?
Yeah.
That
And then
is
it's just
quite-
awkward silence after that because it's like, don't
Yeah.
ask her to come on again. Don't. do
Yeah,
that.
no.
No.
Because the thing is, it's like I said, it's one of those things that has to be made. Something like that
Yeah.
has to be made. So somebody has to make it, and somebody has to make money out of doing that, and it has to be somebody's job. But my God, what a job!
Although
Right.
nowadays with robots, you could just mold them and have a bloke press the button and not actually hammer and
Or just 3D print them.
yeah.
Nah, I think people are like, I want a handmade coffin for my little baby.
Yeah,
Yeah. And
I
then
think
there's
that's
the
right.
guy. Yeah. Who,
Yeah.
like, really, it makes them all ornate
yeah,
and puts the little cherub on it, the little face. Yeah.
and the little brass handles.
hmm
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
it.
you can go to the next one. You can go to the next one.
But it is,
you
you're
gotta
right,
admit,
Bethany.
You gotta admit, you're wondering what my one is. If that's my number two.
Absolutely. But
Yeah.
your last 2. Neil Proctologist was your number 2.
No, my name's not Neil Proctologist.
It should be.
Oh, it will be.
Right, my number 2 was something I think I saw this about 6 months ago. A guy works like one day every 6 months, going onto the top of this 1,500-foot television tower and changes the light bulb.
Oh, I've heard about that.
Yeah, he gets $40,000 a year and has
Yeah.
to work one day every 6 months. fuck that. I've seen the pictures of this guy on the top of this tower. I don't do heights. I don't do confined spaces, and I don't do heights. Whether you're working one day every 6 months, the anxiety you would have, I've got 5 months to go before I got to go back up that tower. I've got 4 months to go. You'd be counting it down so much so that I'd be a nervous wreck. I don't know how you guys are with heights, but for me, absolute no. Bethany, how are you with heights?
Yeah.
I'm look, at this point, if I'm getting $40,000 for one day, I'm going to work it out. It just like I can never vomit for all this time. I would just be like, I got it for one day. Not only that, but I would find every tower I could. And instead of just working one day a year, I would work every day on one of those towers and be living it up after a year. I would just be like, I never have to do another tower just from working one whole year of that tower. And then the more you do it, you're not scared anymore.
And what
You're
about
just like, I got
slip?
another tower to do.
One slip, one drop of water gets into your mouth as you're going up there and you fall.
But you're dead already from the one drop of water.
Oh,
it's not the tower that kills you, it's the water.
I suppose.
Or maybe there's a spider up there.
Yeah.
And then your family looks to see if they can just get a baby coffin big enough just for you.
Well, because when you fall on your feet and you just ended up this big.
Yeah.
So you literally would be a hobbit. You'd have your hobbit feet and you'd be hobbit sized.
Yeah.
Yes, with a little beard.
So many callbacks. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's my number 2. Right, so before we reveal our number 1s, Bethany, if you'd like to give us a countdown of your number 10 to 2, please.
Sure. Number 10, mask collector on set. Number 9, podiatrist. Number 8, amusement park operator for a spinny ride. Number 7, a crime scene cleaner. Number 6, anything to do with a sewer. Number 5, hoarder cleanup. Number 4, a roadkill picker-up guy. I don't know why I make them all guys. Number 3, colon cancer mail-in scientist dude. And number 2, baby coffin maker.
Okay, Neil, your 10 to 2, please.
So number 10, a plumber. Number 9, a podiatrist or chiropodist. Number 8, the 7 bridge painter. Number 7, the submarine operative. Number 6, the spider keeper. Number 5, working in that lush shop. Number 4, dog food tester. Number 3, the retail supermarket worker. And number 2, proctologist.
Nice. Mine is number 10, animal inseminator. Number 9, Marmite tester. 8, Portaloo cleaner after a large music event. 7, murder crime scene cleaner. 6, proctologist. 5, any job where you have to be happy. 4, porn cinema cleaner. 3, sewer worker. And the 2, the light bulb changer on a TV tower. So, Bethany, what is your number 1 worst job ever? Here we go.
Very excited about it. The guy who has to nail every Jesus on the cross that you buy.
Well,
Can you imagine that job?
Somebody might really enjoy it. They might be so anti-religion that they're doing it the other way around. It's like, get back on that cross.
I feel like if you're doing that job, it's because you want Jesus in everyone's house.
Yeah.
But to be the guy who's got to be like, here we go, here's another cross, put it up on the shelf, like every day, just nailing Jesus. I feel like that's going to get to you at some point.
Mm.
Do you feel that they feel like a little bit of redemption every time they do it, though, or do you feel that this is a penance?
I don't know. I just know that I would look at this and be like, wow. If Jesus was looking down on me right now, and he was just like, do you think we have enough? Like, are we good on the Jesuses? You know what I mean? It's a holy item. Like, I'm feeling every single one of this. Like,
maybe the person that does that job is only the person that's been reincarnated fully from right back in Jesus's day, that Roman soldier. So that's the one person that did it, and it's carried on all this time. Just saying.
So it's just a job that gets handed down generation to generation.
Yeah, so it's got to be up there a certain way.
Yeah. You know, you have to do it this, like Bethany said, that way. There you go.
Wow.
Yeah, he's just on his knees, and then between every one, he takes a chain and hits his back. If people only knew the price we had to pay to buy a Jesus to hang on our wall.
Exactly. It would change everything.
I must admit, I could have
Blood on here?
thought
Is
of,
that blood on Jesus right there? What was that? Is
I
that
could have chosen a
skin
million
tab?
things for your number one, Bethany. I never would have chosen that. So there you go.
Good.
Always surprising. It's always surprising. Neil, your number one worst job ever.
So it's quite similar to something Bethany said earlier on, but a cesspit emptier. So in this country, we have a man that drives his big wagon that goes around to houses and empties the cesspit out the back. Now, if you've ever been near a house that has been cesspit emptied, it is the most horrific smell I think I've ever smelled. It'll stay with you for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
And yet these blokes are there with, and you see them, a lot of them don't even have gloves on while they're doing it. And they're putting these big pipes into there and sucking all that gunk and shite out of these pools and seem to always be whistling and enjoying it. So how, I don't know, because the smell is horrific. And like I
Probably
say,
because they get paid so much money for that.
But I had a look. In this country, it's not far off minimum wage.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Wow.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go, Bethany.
Bethany's not
Well,
interested
maybe-
now. Look.
Some people can't smell well. Like some people don't have a sense of smell.
Especially
and I feel
after the
like,
pandemic.
Yes,
Well,
yes.
They might be perfect for the job.
Or it
Yeah.
might just be people that enjoy it. Well, you never know.
Yeah.
So, one man's shit is another man's sweet.
Maybe it's the two girls from the cup.
Oh,
Yeah.
please, let's not talk about that
Yeah.
again.
Mhm.
Please,
Yeah,
let's
it's
not.
like a
Okay.
chocolate Mr. Whippy.
Okay, thank you, Neil. Thank you very much for that.
Pudding.
That's it.
I love pudding.
That's the trouble. I love pudding.
Yes.
But I can't look at it without thinking of those scenes. Oh,
You know what to keep spamming him with now, Bethany.
Yes.
anyway.
I'm going to do it on a mirror.
Yeah. Yeah.
My number one goes a little bit from what my number two was, to do with heights. My worst job ever would be an early 1900s skyscraper worker. Those fuckers, how they just prance around however many thousands of feet up in the air, or they're having the famous shot of having their lunch,
yeah.
8 or 9 of them just on one girder. Again, you have that little drop of water, you're dead, and then you're falling. You just one little slip is all you need. One bit of pigeon shit, and you slip on that, and then it's goodbye and gone forever, and pancake on the bloody floor of New York. Couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Anything to do like. And then when you see these guys that are doing TikTok videos, and they're running along the side of a skyscraper, or what do they do? What they call it, parkour.
Parkour.
Stuff like that. Oh my god! I don't understand. They got no fear whatsoever. No, I just can't. I just can't.
Yeah.
I would rather watch Two Girls, One Cup than do
Yeah.
the job.
Yeah. I'm sure they would too.
Well, they
Yeah.
would just be
While
happy to
eating
still be
lunch.
alive.
Yes.
Ooh, look,
Exactly.
a pudding cup. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Well, we've certainly covered a lot of
Bases.
subjects tonight. We did have a couple of honourable mentions. Let me just go through some of these. At Nowhere Andy said, worked as a labourer in the Shetlands, always windy, 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, fucking hated it, he says. Why'd you do it, Andy? I mean, 7 days a week. Simon said, try working at a cinema and cleaning up after the final screening. It's the depths of hell. That's just a normal cinema. Okay.
Right, yeah.
And Emma said, I can't think of anything worse than having to spend your day sticking your hand up an animal's arse.
Inseminator.
Where I'm from, that's a Friday night out. Okay. Well, thank you very much for all of those. I was just interested, Bethany, what were some of your other ones that were on your list?
Oh, I had the person who's got to put the little piggies that people at school dissect in like a Ziploc bag. You know, they package the little piggies for you to dissect. Do you guys not do that? Or the frogs?
Oh,
The rats. Yeah.
Well,
the
I don't think we
frogs
do
and
Oh,
the
you
that in
rats.
guys
our
do
country.
rat.
Do we still do that?
We
I'm
did
not
when I was
sure.
at school. We did a rat.
Oh, no, I haven't done
Yeah,
that.
we did a frog, but like, you know, all these places have
Yeah,
to
yeah.
dissect stuff and whatnot. That was one of them. Another one was a pet euthanizer. again,
Yeah.
that would just be devastating. And it's the placing in there, and there's like a little window, and you just see the little fluff, and like, I mean, I can't. Those faces at night when I put my face on the pillow would just haunt me. It would just like, and
Yeah.
then you just push it, but I can't. That what else? Anything with adult diaper changing, I just can't.
Yeah.
I mean, I might look at their asshole, but I can't after that. Just one time.
the
Yeah.
once.
And then I had perfume center, like anything to do with the chemicals and inhaling all those smells you were talking about. Yeah.
Well, that was an event, that episode, I must admit. So Bethany, what stuff have you got going on? Because you seem to be, you've got your finger in a lot of pies. Is that the right?
Yeah, a lot of buttholes.
A lot of buttholes.
Yeah. So I'm a stand-up comic. I perform all over. Probably not anyone out where you are is going to travel to me, but you can find me online. So if anyone wants to follow me on Instagram, that would be quite helpful. It's just my name. All my handles, by the way, are just the / my name, which is Bethany Dwyer. And it's hard for people to spell. I don't know it's been the detriment of my career is this DWYER. I don't know what it is. But yeah, and then I'm in the process of writing a book. I'm trying to sell a horror movie and a few pilots because I'm also a writer. And I just finished shooting, writing, and directing a horror short that's won 10 awards already. So
wow,
well done.
Yeah,
well done.
So that's the movie that I wrote the full feature for, and I'm trying to sell that. So
nice. Well, we'll put the links to your Instagram and your Twitter in the show notes. So anybody that wants to come and see what you're doing and keep up with all of your bits and pieces. It's been really nice.
Can I say
absolutely?
Can I say one other thing? I totally forgot. I also coach. I coach communication. So if anybody, and I could do it via Zoom. So that's definitely something if anybody wants to connect on that. But I help people prepare for TED Talks, pitches, meetings, or just interpersonal communication within also that kind of stuff. I do recovery coaching. I do family recovery coaching and codependence, all that kind of good stuff as well.
Wow. Well, there you go. Have you got a website as well, or is it just all done?
I do.
What's the website?
BethanyDwyer.com.
We'll put the link to that in the show notes as well.
Fantastic.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Neil, do you want to do your gumph and bits and pieces before we say goodbye?
Of course I will. So you can find us on all the social medias at Top10Pods. You can email us at toptenpods@hotmail.com, where you could give us suggestions of any of your top 10s that we should do. Come and help support the podcast at patreon.com/top10pods, where there's all sorts of rewards you can claim, where you could even be a guest like Bethany was on your own pod. Check out all of our links via the LINKTREE. You can find the LINKTREE in the show notes. And please do come and subscribe and give us a review and a rating on anywhere you get your podcast from.
Wonderful. Bethany, please come back and let's do another one, because we'll have to
I'd
find another subject like this.
Yes, I have so many in this brain. Don't worry.
Awesome. That is fantastic. Will you go and have a lovely day, Bethany?
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Let's
Bethany.
just keep doing this and make it really awkward.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
No, thank you.
No, thank you,
Bethany.
No, thank you.
Thank you.
Neil.
Yeah,
thank you. No,
guys.
thank you.
Namaste.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Neil.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Bethany. Thank you.
Merci.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Bye.
Let's go and start the countdown.
Ten, 9,